You there! Imagine a fictional world where obesity rates are climbing. You imagining it? Good. Now, what would happen if they were to band together and form their own semi-quasi government dedicated to increasing the obesity rate? Now, imagine if they had one too many grimace shakes and were full of undying hatred. Welcome to the CHAOS Ogres, a Warhammer 3 mod that allows you to experience a one-to-one recreation of the American South.
Hey, what can I get for you today?
Our target is China. They've been hastily climbing the obesity rates, and I'm not gonna let them steal the first place spot from us that easily. So, strap in, and let's roll some fat and see who gets flattened. Our first order of business is to clear out the encroaching Chinese in the Chaos Wastes. As a Chaos faction, securing our border is essential to the next part of our plan. And believe me, there is a plan. Or, at least, the makings of one. Next, I began securing the Great Wall of China and shored up my defenses after kicking out some squatters in the nearby ruins. I, of course, was cursed to the fate of having to do a siege battle right before the rework. It's just a wall. What could go wrong? And with this siege, it was time for the Chaos Ogres' first real battle. And their fat asses all got stuck in the door. Thankfully, the Ogres had managed to create so much built-in pressure inside the gatehouse that it caused a massive explosion of pressure outward into the enemy forces. Using our superior height and a few gentle swings here and there, I was able to completely rout their forces, and get a good chunk of kills in the process. And Village, being the skinny worm thing he is, got jealous of my luxurious fat rolls and declared war on me. Luckily, I came up with this advanced strategy where I walked forward and used my massive weight to crush them. And after that, I just walked straight in and took their capital. Nothing to it, really. With that conquest, I was able to get my first vassal. The only problem is that they suck. A lot. Their armies are incredibly weak, they don't know how walls work, and they don't make any money. So my top priority right now is to find a new one and kick these guys to the curb. Not even 2 turns after wiping out Village and I'm already being attacked. The Chaos Ogres are really bringing out their masochistic tendencies with how often we take these beatings. So naturally, I charged headfirst in their settlement and began a battle to fight off all of their armies at once. And just this once, size does matter. I was actually starting to feel a little sorry for these little guys after the 3rd or 4th wave of fat turned their front line into a thick red paste. But after that battle, the entire Chaos Dwarf army was completely obliterated. And our terms were clear at this point. This had turned from a war into a feast.
Come here, I'm gonna eat you! I'm bigger than you, I'm higher in the food chain! Get in my belly!
And after 2 more settlements, I had fully cemented my power, and forced the Chaos Dwarves to submit to their overweight overlords. The Chinese finally fed up with my obesity obsession, and determined to start their own, declared war on me. So I had to haul my ass back to the gate as fast as I could before my settlements were indoctrinated by the Chinese. Funnily enough, I moved surprisingly fast for an ogre. And while they were busy taking attrition in the Chaos Wastes, I walked over and took their capital settlement. And as an added bonus, I got a new hero. Cathay brought dragons, I brought cholesterol. And now I've got Harold Hammerstorm, who's just here for an all-you-can-smash buffet. He might not speak ogre, but violence is a universal language. And with one quick strike, Miao Yang and her entire army was gone. And after that kick in the balls, I was able to completely wipe out the northern provinces. And for one glorious turn, there was peace. The birds chirped, the winds calmed, the ogres napped. Then I remembered that the Dark Elves exist. So I declared war out of spite and protein deficiency. So yeah, as expected, the Dark Elves turned out to be quite the pushovers when faced with the endless hordes of fat. In just a couple of turns, I managed to take most of their territory and split them in half. Then, the silly little pirate guy slid a peace treaty across the table like I was gonna read it, along with 1,000 gold. My ogre saw the parchment and thought it was the appetizer. After bashing his head in with a club, and every other faction in China declaring war on him, the Dark Elves were starting to fall apart. At this point, Lokir had become an unstable mess. And I think I might have broken something deep inside his inner psyche, because every time he saw an ogre, he would take off running. This got so bad that I ended up chasing him all the way to the Lizardmen. Lokir would rather get eaten alive by carnivorous dinosaurs than deal with the ogres again. I kinda respect it in a way. But you can't stop the meat wagon, and I grabbed him and shoved him down my throat. With all the extra funds that I'd gathered from the Dark Elves, I whipped up a new army and fitted him with the very best that the Chaos Ogres had to offer. My army was starting to look like a rainbow. I've got red ogres for Khorne, blue ones for Tzeentch, greenish plague bags for Nurgle, and whatever the hell Slaanesh is doing in the back. This ain't a warband. It's a cursed bag of Sour Patch Kids with body odor. And while I was building up my army, the Dark Elves were erased from existence. Well, now who am I supposed to use my super cracked army on? But apparently taking one Cathayan city is enough to summon every cousin they've got. Because now the ravenous hordes led by Zhao Ming are at my location. And they're a little angry about the whole war thing. But really, how bad can it be? It's only a couple thousand Chinese. We got this. Oh my god! There's so many of them! All I did was take one settlement! Jesus! They just keep coming! What is this, World War Z? Oh god, holy shit! Things are not looking good on the main front here. We are being completely overwhelmed. Oh god. No, 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 no! Oh my god! They're goddamn everywhere! Bro! I'm by myself here! Things are not looking good. There's so many arrows! Jesus Christ! Things are not looking good. Holy crap! So, that could have gone a little bit better. That man didn't just beat me. He disrespected me.
Caught the light on. Man, God is good.
While I try to recover and replace all of my units with regiments of renown, I decide to lay a trap in the north with my pimped out army. This ain't just a trap. This is an all-you-can-die buffet. And brother, I was bringing out the best the ogres had to offer. We were on a strict no-diet policy, which meant I wouldn't stop until every unit is eaten. At this point, I started to realize that the ogres mixed in with the powers of chaos was pretty damn overpowered. Their army was being completely torn apart in seconds. The ogres didn't just fight that army, they completely disassembled it. By the time it was over, the battlefield looked like someone tried to microwave a meat pie in a tin can factory. Have you ever seen a 900-pound chaos beast sprint across a Chinese rice field, full tilt, Just to flatten a man already begging for his life? Well, you have now. It's like watching a wrecking ball develop a personal grudge. And just like that, we had completely eviscerated their northern army. And hey, 9 losses to their 1,300? Not a bad ratio if I do say so myself. But now that we've dealt with them, it's time to head down and get our revenge. Oh, well, would you look at that. Oh, and Zhao Ming is up at the north now. But his army can't do shit against the Skittle Squad. And to spice things up, I may have devised a sneaky little plan with my main army to wipe out the Lizardmen. And with that one battle, all of the Lizardmen in Cathay are permanently AFK. Losing to Kai turns his vassal into the Warhammer version of Weekend at Bernie's. The body's gone, and the guy left in charge is just propping up the corpse hoping that nobody really notices.
Here we go.
In the meantime, I can trade more settlements off my Chaos Dwarf vassal for money. You don't have any? Well, I don't care. Give me the money anyways, you cheating bastard. Now that we've dealt with most of the armies in central Cathay, I'm pretty much free to steal all of their land and sell it back to my vassal cuck. These auto-resolves were starting to look pretty meaty at this point. The game said close victory, but brother, that wasn't a victory. That was a population correction. Even the caravans weren't safe from my wrath. And at this point, the Chaos Ogre supremacy was starting to get a little crazy. And I had finally managed to take the last dark fortress in all of China. At this point, I had sold so many settlements to the Chaos Dwarves that I was forcing them to print money to 1930s Germany levels of inflation. I had managed to completely fuck their economy, but it didn't matter because I was living large. At this point, it's not even a war. It's a real estate hustle. I take a Cathayan settlement, burn it down, loot it, redecorate it in meat, and then I flip it straight back to my vassals, the Chaos Dwarves. This is just chaotic capitalism. I'm the middleman of misery, and business is booming. But hold up, just when I thought the meat grinder was finally cooling down, here comes Balthazar Gelt, the tin can alchemist himself, leader of the Golden Order. Covered in head to toe in gold like he's trying to dodge taxes and bullets. I'm fighting Cathay, flipping cities, running a chaos-themed real estate empire, and now I gotta deal with the medieval IRS. So, it's time to shit out army number 3, and this time we're going for the family size of Skittles to help clear the front lines out. And I bankrupted myself. I kinda got so excited that I forgot math was a thing. Well, I'm sure this problem will sort itself out. We'll just have to take some risky maneuvers here. And while I'm busy trying to tape up my meat-based housing rental economy, the Golden Order is taking advantage of my distraction and climbing up the coastline. I'll take care of them soon enough. Oh, and Nurgle's a regional power now? Huh. You don't say. It would probably be best for me to ally them before my ogres are hit with a plague of infinite ass wipes.
Oh, fuck.
And wait, what the hell? Are you serious right now? An assassin just fucking killed the legend Harold Hammerstorm. Now I'm really killing you bastards. Oh, and my boy Zatan finally has his army ready, and it's all goblin still. Well, I mean, I can't really blame him. I did crash his economy multiple times, but you do you, little guy. But with my army finally ready to go, we march southwards into the Golden Order. And we're getting a good bit of gold from it as well. What once started as global powers has now become regional inconveniences. I've got Gelt holed up in a ruin, surrounded by ogres sniffing the walls, while Zhao Ming's sitting in a burned down pagoda whispering to broken teacups. All in all, I say things are going pretty well for us. I think I might have pissed them off a little too much, because the Empire is starting to sack settlements left and right and force marching away as soon as I get to them. I conquer provinces, he just hits them with a brick and runs. It's not very fair if you ask me. It's like fighting a raccoon with a roadmap and a vendetta. Oh, you son of a bitch. I hate it here. Meanwhile, I took a gentle little stroll down south and took care of some of their extra settlements all the way down there. And I was attacked by Zhao Ming again. I swear, this man is a cockroach that refuses to die.
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
81 turns. That's how long it took. 81 turns of hunting down Zhao Ming like a golden-scaled cockroach that wouldn't die. He slapped the donuts out of my hand, so I slapped the legacy out of his bloodline. This wasn't a victory, this was a slow-cooked revenge feast. I didn't just kill him, I uninstalled his faction. The game tried to give him a heroic last stand, but I gave him a heroic deep fryer. After a couple of turns of wandering around on my giant frog, I was able to catch Gelt in march stance and give him the slap he deserves. The Wood Elves tried to fight back, bless their poor souls, but it turns out when your diet is 97% bark and vibes, it doesn't do much against 800 pounds of violence-wearing pants made of dragonhide. With one quick swing, their entire tree was down. Vegan by dinner, war criminal by dessert. And naturally I sacked it. By using the delicate art of diplomacy, I went and asked the nearby Chaos Dwarves to be my vassal. But, for some reason, my fine words and advanced way of speaking was far too complicated for their simple little minds. What a shame. And Gelt is back from his last beating and ready to take more. But far more importantly, my vassal has managed to take a settlement across the river. For some reason, the developers of this game thought it'd be funny to make it impossible to transfer settlements that don't connect to your vassal's territory. And apparently rivers don't count in this equation at all, leaving me with a massive chunk of cut-off land that I can't sell. That is, until now. And with my vassal territory once again connected, I had begun embezzling massive amounts of funds from the Chaos Dwarf treasury. Money that they would never be able to pay off in the near future. But at the end of the day, who really cares? It's all mine now. I'm sure this won't have any lasting effects on the Chaos Dwarf economy or anything. It should be fine. I chased Gelt much farther into my own territory than I'd like to admit, but I was finally able to destroy his main army one last time. Oh yeah, and I also slapped some orcs that are raiding my territory real quick. Stealing money is my job. And Torox tried to spawn his faction inside my asshole before I took the last settlement. So I slapped him real quick too, before finally removing the last trace of humanity from Cathay. And I gotta tell you, it felt pretty good to have all of China under my belt. And just like that, Cathay is gone. The Jade Empire turned into a charred, meat-scented memory. What was once a land of harmony, dragons, and celestial order is now an ashtray full of ogre footprints and unpaid rent. I didn't just conquer China, I liquidated it. Every province bleeds corruption, the air smells like sulfur and regret, the rivers run thick with sludge, and the only jade left is being smelted into armored jockstraps for hobgoblins. The Chaos Dwarves keep building factories, and I keep taxing them like the bloated warlord I've become. They think they have independence? I think they're walking wallets with asthma. And as I sit atop my empire, surrounded by burning silk, broken dragons, and ogres feasting on what used to be a temple, I realized something profound. It was never about power. It was about making the world fat, loud, and profoundly uncomfortable. But anyways, thanks for watching this mess of meat, magic, and war crimes. Like, comment, and subscribe, or else I'm sending ogres to your capital. Remember, peace is temporary. Ogres are forever.
Hey guys, I just noticed that you weren't actually subscribed, and if you look under your bed, I'm waiting for you. Subscribe. Subscribe.
I love Mason, bro.